Now that we know how to create a workflow, we also need to learn how to save it. If you look at the top, you can see it says Unsaved Workflow. That means none of these settings or nodes are stored yet. If you want to reuse the same workflow later, without recreating everything from scratch, you need to save it. If I click on this arrow next to the workflow name, you can see there are several save options. Personally, I prefer using the main menu. So I go to File, and here we have Save, Save As, and Export. When you click Save and the workflow has never been saved before, Comfy UI will ask you to give it a name and choose where to save it. If the workflow was already saved and you just made changes, clicking Save will overwrite the existing file with the same name. Save As lets you save the same workflow under a different name. This is the option I use the most, especially when I want to create variations of a workflow. Export is very useful because it is not limited to the Comfy UI workflow folder. It allows you to save the workflow anywhere on your computer, even outside the Comfy UI folder. The API option is mainly used when working with online or cloud-based workflows, so we will not use it here. So let us click Export. Now it asks for a name. Choose a name that makes sense to you. Click Confirm, then choose where to save it. For example, I can save it on my desktop. You can see that the file is saved with the .json extension. This JSON file contains all the nodes, connections, and settings of your workflow. This file is your workflow, and you can open it anytime, share it with others, or modify it later. JSON files are simple text files. You can open them with any text editor, like Notepad. JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation, and it is just a structured way of writing text so both humans and computers can read it. In Comfy UI, the JSON file stores things like node types, connections, parameters, and settings, all written as text. That is why workflow files are small in size and easy to share. They do not include images or models, only instructions. If we go to Workflows, you can see I have that folder with workflows saved there. You can do that too. Go to the menu, go to File, choose Save As, give it a name, and confirm. Now if we go to Workflows, we can see the workflow is saved there. Right now it is not organized into any folder, it is just in the main list, but you can add a folder name in front of the workflow name when you save it. For example, folder name, then a /, then the workflow name. Let us see where it is saved. Go to your Comfy UI folder, then inside the Comfy UI folder, go to User, then Default, then Workflows. Here you can see your saved workflow and also the folder I created for this course that comes with the Easy Installer. You can create your own folder manually. For example, I can create a folder called My Workflows, then drag that workflow into it. Now, if we go back to Comfy UI, nothing changes immediately because Comfy UI usually reads this when it starts, but we can refresh using this refresh button. Now our folder appears there, and we can see the workflow inside it. I suggest organizing your workflows like this because over time you will have a lot of workflows and it becomes hard to keep track of everything. By the way, you can also use this search bar to search for a workflow by name. We also have a bookmark icon. If we click it, the workflow is added to the bookmarks at the top, so the ones you use the most stay there. If you click the bookmark again, it is removed from the favorites list. Let us collapse this and I will show you one more thing. If we go to the desktop and open the shortcut for the output folder, or if we go directly to the output folder, you can see all the images generated so far with Comfy UI. The last one is this dog. You probably did not think about this yet, but if you open an image generated with Comfy UI in Notepad, you can actually see some code at the beginning. Just like with workflows, this happens because Comfy UI attaches the workflow to the image when it saves it. After that, there is the image data, which we cannot really read. This means that every image has the full workflow embedded in it, including all the settings and prompts. Let me drag this image onto the Comfy UI canvas so you can see what happens. Now you can see that it loads as a workflow with the file name. If we generate again, we get exactly the same image, because it uses the same seed and settings. Let us go back to the output folder and drag a different image, for example this robot. Now it loads that workflow, and if we run it, we get the exact same robot. This is very useful. Another thing you might notice is that all images start with the word Comfy UI, followed by a number. This happens because in the Save Image node, the prefix is set to that value. We can change it. For example, I can set it to Pixa, and now when I run the workflow, the image file name will start with that word, followed by a number, as you can see here. If you hover over the prefix field, you can get more information about how to format it. You can include things like the date and other values in the file name. Now let us change it again. I will add a folder name, for example, my images, then a /, then the image prefix. When we run the workflow now, the images will be saved inside that folder. Let us go to the output folder. You can see we now have a folder called My Images, and inside it we have the images that start with the prefix we set, followed by a number. Now I will go back to the Workflows folder that we created earlier and delete it. Back in Comfy UI, if we refresh the Workflows list, you can see that the folder is gone. We are left only with the Getting Started folder we used for this episode. When you create your own folders and organize your workflows, I suggest naming them in a way that makes sense. You can name them by base model, like SDXL workflows or Flux workflows, or by function, like text-to-image workflows, in-painting workflows, or video workflows. Choose whatever makes the most sense to you, but organizing your workflows early will save you a lot of time later.